You know, it's a really a neat way to see the country.
Now, did you do the role on Broadway too?
Yeah.
You're in Greece.
Yeah,
obviously.
I did 3 month. I actually did a 3-month summer stint as a teen angel on Broadway. So the Broadway thing's really neat.
I was just going to ask you, have you ever done Broadway before?
Never never.
How amazing is
and
it?
It's wonderful. You know, there's the people and the energy and just the live, you know, the live audience every night.
Yeah.
And it's a wonderful way to entertain people.
Well, and a great way to start with Grease. Everybody knows that show.
It's so known. Right?
Everybody knows every character. Beauty School Dropout.
Right, that's your song, right?
Yeah, I did Beauty School Dropout. You know, it was a great way for me to kind of get started in like the acting field because I'd been offered a couple of roles and some different things, and I just knew that I kind of needed to make a really small step to really understand the process. So this has allowed me to do that.
So you don't have a flop.
No.
Yeah, really.
You don't want any flops.
No
Can't
flops.
go wrong with Grease. So eventually you want to just act, sing, and act, or act?
Well, I think just entertain in general. You know, you know, I've got a brand new record coming out February 10th, and so this is a great way for me to release the record and then also, you know, entertain people in a different light.
What's the style going to be?
Well, you know, there's a lot of different styles. You know, I think nowadays for me, when you listen to a record, you get a lot of the same stuff. So for me, you know, I wanted to touch on some different genres of music that I like to write in. So I've been able to collaborate with all different kinds of writers, and it's going to be a great record. The record's called The Distance. It'll be out February 10th.
Now, what's your favorite kind of style? Are you more of a ballad guy, or are you kind of a rocky, a folksy, or what?
Well, it's kind of like a James Taylor and Van Morrison type. You know, that's kind of like some inspirations that I've pulled from. You know, they just have a thing about them. You know, and I wanted to be able to capture some different styles of music. You know, so it's kind of like a little blues, a little country.
Because sometimes it's hard to tell from American Idol because you have a theme that you have to perform, and even though you make it your own, it's still hard to tell what really is your style.
Yeah, you know, it's you know, I mean, I come from Alabama. There's a lot of different styles of music there, so luckily I've been able to incorporate that in my voice.
All right, let's talk about critics. You had one of the worst critics of them all, Simon. Does it make it easier to handle what the critics say about your performances, your music, anything like that, or you don't even bother reading them?
Yeah, I really don't. I don't get caught up in that. You know, I would. You know, if you did, you're on the losing end already. So I don't really listen to much. Now I had to listen to Simon Cowell in front of me on television. But
how tough was it, seriously?
You know, I mean, it depends on you know how well you did that night. You know, whether he's right or whether he's wrong. You know, it was by the time you really get going into the live part of the show. You know, it's about the American people and what they think and how they vote. So that's, you know, I don't really get bothered too much by what Simon says. So.
Oh, you're better than I would be.
You have to be, you know, and it's interesting, you know, Simon teaches you that you really have to be tough-skinned in this business, you know, right off the bat. You know, I mean, there's always going to be somebody that's going to be, you know, critiquing you in some kind of way. So he kind of offers that, you know, variable that, you know, where you, you know, they, you know, if you want to get critiqued and you want to, you know, get shot down, he's a, you know, a good person that'll do it.
What, do they have to be that mean about it? It just hurts my feelings for the people.
They do, yeah. I mean,
is that really how it is in the music industry? They're really that mean?
Well,
they're frank, I would say.
Yeah.
They're honest. They're blunt.
Yeah, very blunt.
Yeah.
You know, so you just, you know, I think it's just a good way to understand that people are going to always do that once you get going.
I guess it's better than having a bunch of yes men around.
Exactly. So what are you doing now? Because you have a lot of free time during the day. How does Taylor Hicks stay busy in between shows?
From city to city.
From city to city. You're going to be in a lot of different cities. How are you staying connected to the family, your friends, and all that?
Well, you know, I'm learning how to do the iCam thing.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to start by doing that because I know a couple people that actually have the iCam thing. So I keep in touch with family and friends on the road, and you know, check out the different towns. You know, I think, you know, exploring the city. It's really cool about
the best part, right?
Yeah, it's really cool about this particular, you know, the Broadway show being on the road is that we're going to be in a city for a week.
Yeah.
You know, instead of, you know, like my last tour with the album, you know, going from city to city each night, you actually have a city to be in and really experience over an extended period of time.
So do you kind of look up stuff beforehand, or you just wait and have people just tell you where to go?
I kind of just feel it out. Like people have been telling me to go here and go there, and
where are people telling you to go? We'll tell you. We'll be frank.
We'll be blunt.
Haven Brothers for.
Of course.
You must.
Oh, must.
That's a late night.
Yeah.
You've had a couple too many place to go to.
Yeah, we've done that.
Yeah, 2 a.m. for that one.
Yep.
We went to
almost any restaurant on Federal Hill.
We went to Wes's.
Wes's Ribs, right?
Wes's Ribs.
In the same category.
Yep, same category.
Where else did we go? Manny Ellen's for soul food.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
We went to Food for the Soul for soul food.
There you go.
So we're kind of on the soul food train here in Providence.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, it's good. You got to hit the hill.
Yeah.
Of course.
Some Italian, if you want some Italian food, Federal Hill, pretty much everything.
Federal Hill, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we'll do that for lunch.
It's good.
It is a good idea.
So there's maybe maybe I will have hit every restaurant in Providence by the time I get done with Greece.
That's a tall order.
I don't know. We got a lot
There's
here.
a bunch, and I just heard that there's a wonderful culinary art school here.
And that's why I think we have so many good ones because of
They pluck them
J&W.
right out of Johnson and Wales, and they start working right away. So you're right.
It's
You're
good.
doing a lot.
Trinity, we had a we had a chicken Caesar wrap.
You have a good beer there?
We had.
I was just going to ask you, what kind of beer did you have there? Because that's the brew house.
What did lager. We had a lager beer.
You like the lagers?
But it was light lager.
Oh, all right.
I think that's what it's called. I don't know my beers. I just know that they feel good after you drink them.
A light lager. That's like an oxymoron. Like jumbo shrimp.
I like that. You feel good after you drink it.
I don't really know. But my buddy got like something red ale. I was like, you just drink 4 and they all taste the same.
Yeah, it is true. You're right.
True. Well, get to Greece before Taylor Hicks and crew pack up and leave.
Right. Tickets still available? I don't know. Is it sold out or?
Providence Performing Arts Center. Well, let's find out.
421 Arts?
Absolutely.
There you go.
All right.
Still available.
Thank you guys for having me.
Continue to enjoy your stay here.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.